Let's light it up.
You lack conviction.
I'm ready to fight you. Okay. Let's talk about lightsabers. I've been collecting lightsabers as long as I can remember, back when Master Replicas was the one making them. Then it went to Hasbro, Black Series, all that stuff. And then Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland had their own. I've been collecting all those forever. But I have never gone and purchased one of those custom lightsabers with the extra bright blades and all the sound fonts and all that.
What?
Until today. So today I have from Nsabers the Annie 3, my favorite lightsaber, Anakin's from episode 3. And I'm gonna kind of show you it and just kind of talk about what I like about it. I have already opened this and tested it out a little bit to kind of learn how to use it, since this is the first one I've ever used. And I put it all back in so you can see what it looks like when you unbox it. But anyways, this is the box from Nsabers. It comes in this, which is very nice. So if you ever need to like travel with it, it's perfect. Open it up and everything's packaged very nice. I love the fact that it comes with these gloves and they've even got like their brand on it. But I almost never want to touch the saber with my bare hands because it looks so nice and I don't want to get my fingerprints all over it. So we'll put the gloves on and then pull it out. All right. This is how it came wrapped. The grips on the bottom of the saber stick a little bit to this, so it's a little hard to pull out, but we'll get it out. Oh my gosh, it's really stuck. Okay. Whew, okay. So just so you can get a quick look at it, this is the hilt. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I love this so much already. It is thinner, like the whole thickness of it is skinnier than the Hasbro ones. So this already, like immediately, if you've used the Hasbro ones, immediately out of the box, this feels like something special. And then let's go back into this box, pull out the blade. So this one, I believe I got the 36-inch blade, and it comes with this little rubber thing on the bottom. Just kind of pop it on and off to protect the connection for the actual saber into the hilt. I'm gonna throw this back in the box. Another cool thing this comes with, in this bag, you get a separate, more film accurate bottom for the saber. This one lets you hear the sound better. If you put this one on, it does block the sound, fairly significant difference in volume. This is probably what you'll use for cosplay or just showing it off. And this is what you'll use when you want to hear it. So that's really cool that they included that. They also give you extra grips. How many are in here? 2. These are those black grips if you ever need to replace those. So that is very awesome that they included those. What else do we got? It comes with a charging cable, but not the, what do you call it? Power brick, the thing that plugs into the wall. And then this, I believe, is for the display stand that it comes with. I have not opened the display stand, so we'll do that together. And then I'm not sure what these are. I don't know if these normally come with it. I did order a few extra grip stuff when I bought this, but these came in. They look like rubber, or not rubber, but like foam kind of grip rolls. Not sure if that comes with it standard, but it might have been the thing I ordered. And then this was like an extra leather strap. Not sure if this normally comes with it either. It kind of looks like the wrap that Rey uses when she modifies like the Empire Strikes Back saber, the hilt. Let's put that there. But yeah, not sure if that comes with it or not. And then you get like a little instruction booklet. It's double-sided. These you can scan. I've already done it to kind of teach myself, but you can scan these and they give you different instructions depending on the saber you got. Mine is the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Profi, but I figured if I was gonna get one of these, I gotta go all out and get like the most popular one, which was that. So I think, yeah, there's, oh, what's this? There's one more thing. Oh yes, can't forget this. So the last thing in the case is the blade plug. This thing is great for displaying it. Oh, I have it tight right now. So inside the bag with the cable, you get an extra screw for tightening the blade on. But what I'm actually reaching for is they give you the tool. So to get the blade on, it's just that little screw right there. You loosen it and tighten it. Right now my blade plug's not sliding all the way in because I have it tight. So I'm just gonna loosen it. There we go. But I love it because if you just want to display it, that looks great for display purposes. I don't know what color it's on right now, but oh yeah, there we go, Anakin's blue. It still lights up, which is amazing, and I love that. And you don't get that with like the Hasbro lightsabers or even the Galaxy's Edge ones. So that's a feature I love, love, love. So let's move some of these things out of the way, and then we can open the stand real quick. So I haven't actually opened this yet, so I don't actually know what this looks like. Okay, so this is the stand with all the tape taken off. Ooh, these slide in really nice. They fit perfectly. And then this little thing is meant to go right here. Cool, so that slides in really nicely. Works very nice. So that's cool that they include that. We'll put that to the side for now. And now let's get to actually seeing how this looks. So I put the blade plug in just a second ago. Let's take that out to put in the actual blade. Blade plug slides in and out really easily, which is nice. Blade just slides in really easily, and then you take the little tool they give you and tighten that little screw so it holds it in there so the blade doesn't come flying out. It's this little screw right here. All right, so without further ado, let's light it up. There you go. Oh, this is it's so bright. I love it. It's so much brighter than any of the sabers I've ever had, and it's like a dream come true. Like all the things you hear people say about it, it's real, it's beautiful, it's amazing in person. So with this saber, there's two buttons, one here on the top and bottom of this like circuit board looking thing. And to ignite it, you just press the top one once. You can also ignite it silently by clicking and then clicking quickly again. So if you want to use it without the sound, that's an option, which I like because sometimes you're using it at night and maybe you don't want to annoy your neighbors outside, or the cool thing on this is you can actually turn the volume down. But on the old ones, you couldn't do that. So this is a nice feature to be able to have the option to mute it. Now, the bottom button does a few different things, but the main one being it changes which like sound font and color scheme that you're using. So it makes a sound to let you know this one is Kenobi. And one of the features of this button is while it's ignited, you can tap it for like a blaster bolt. So if you want to pretend like you're deflecting blaster bolts, like that's fun. I'll just go through a few of these different colors and sounds.
Kenobi.
So I think this one's Maul. Yeah. And the sounds the blaster bolts are like different for each blade that you're using, but
I can see him in my mind's eye.
some of them have like audio clips that they use before and after igniting.
You better get on with your exercises.
So this is, I think, Luke from A New Hope. Yeah. So it's slightly brighter than Anakin's. The color is more of a light blue, where Anakin's is like a dark blue. Oh, this is a good one. Palpatine. I love this. This is like the color I love using for Anakin in Ahsoka. When he's like, "You lack conviction."
You lack conviction.
This is the color and sound that I use for that. There's like a few weird ones that are like not real sabers, I don't think, but they're cool. They have their own like colors and strange strobing effects. Some of these, I don't know if it comes off on camera, but when you wave it around in person, it almost looks like a candy cane. Like it's got those stripes, the red and white stripes. Oh, this one's neat. It kind of reminds me of Space Mountain, like the tunnel you go into to enter. This might be the Jurassic Park one. Yeah. I was surprised when I first heard this one. I didn't expect there to be like a Jurassic Park. So this one's cool. You can't really pick it up too much on camera, but it's white, like jittering for about this length, and then the rest of it is all red. It picks up a little bit on camera there. But the sound of it when you wave it is like the T-Rex warped. And then I think the blaster bolts are the Raptors. Yeah. So that one's fun. And then
I am told it is the Dark Saber.
Dark Saber. So of course, with the Dark Saber, you have like a black center. You can't do that on these. So this one just is white, but it is so bright. This one looks so good. And it sounds so nice. What are the bolt hits? Ooh, like that metal clang. And they're slightly different. So the other cool thing about this is if you hold the bottom button and then do like a gesture, like a clash or something, it does it a little bit on this one. Let's go to a different.
Anakin.
Okay, cool, back on Anakin. So the effects, if you hold this down and then do gestures, you can hold it and clash, and it holds the clash in the center. So right here, it's brighter than the rest. So if you like want the effect of like clashing with someone, you can do that and you just let go of it and it goes away. I've had a hard time kind of getting this one to work, but you can hold it and then jab or like point to the ground or something, and then the tip will ignite, like you're dragging it or you're poking something. So let's see. There we go. Yeah, so right now it's red. Let's see if it picks up on that camera. Yeah, there you go. So if you want, you can like pretend you're dragging on the floor. Oh yeah, you can see it on the floor there. But yeah, this thing looks so nice. I love it so much. And the sound, it's just, the sound is so good. So let's look a little bit at the interiors. On the inside, you unscrew the bottom half, and then you have this, which is where there's an SD card somewhere on here, I think, that you can add your own custom sound profiles. But right here is how you charge it. So if the battery dies, you charge it there. And they say don't charge it overnight. Like just charge it for, I think it was like something like an hour, but you don't want to overcharge this because that could like burn out your battery or worse. These are the connector points. So it's slightly like there's a step there. So when you plug it in, just make sure you have the right level connected to the right end, like that. And then it should go in pretty easily. And then just slide this over, screw it back on, and there you go. And then let's see if I can get this off. Yeah, there we go. So just to see what the other bottom looks like for display purposes. So that's how that looks on the actual Saber. It's very nice. And then here's for sound. Much quieter. I don't know if it picks that up on camera. I hope it does, because it's significantly quieter. Like if you put this on and went outside, you wouldn't be bothering anyone. And this is, I think, almost full volume. So I'll just unscrew it while it's on. There you go. Hopefully you can kind of tell the difference in that sound. Yeah. So that's the Saber. I'll put this one back on because I like hearing the sound, but it is so nice. Here, let's turn off that and give you one more spiral look around it. It is so nice. I love this thing so much. I can't say enough about it. I'd love to like add custom sound fonts and custom like colors and all that. Speaking of custom colors, let's see if I can get it to work. One of the cool features about this is that I think you do it by holding the back button and tapping once. Yeah, it made a sound. So now all you have to do is spin and it changes the color. That is so cool. Pink, yellow, greens, blues, dark blue, and then to like purple, back to pinks. Oh, there's red in there. It's very sensitive, so you gotta move slow. And then yellow, back to green. Yeah, so all you have to do is find the color you like. Let's go to the red. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. And then you just tap the top button. So let's go back to red. There we go. It'll make like a da-da-da sound. Now it's on red. One more thing you can do is if you long press on the top one, it plays music. And then just to turn it off, long press. That is a super cool feature if you just want to like blast some music and then battle with someone. But in case you're wondering, for the color, so now if I turn it back on, it's still red. To get it to go back to the normal color, you just switch to the next one, which was blue. And then to go back, instead of going around the whole cycle, you just flip the blade upside down, press that same button again.
Anakin.
And it switches back to Anakin. Now it's back to blue. When you change the color, you don't replace it permanently. You can always go back to the original color, which is nice. Because that was something I was scared about when I was like changing the color the first time. I did it on one of the fonts that I didn't really care to use too much, just to test it. But yeah, luckily you never lose the color. So feel free to like change it as much as you want and test out all the different colors. I've been like playing around with like the pinks, because you never see pink lightsabers. I've seen some people out and about, like fans that have pink lightsabers, which is super cool. But it's just one of those colors that feels so unique because you never see it. So yeah, that's one I've been playing around with a lot. I forgot to show this. You can twist the wrist. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And then you can turn it off. Whoop. There you go. Yeah, so that's another function if you're like out and about and you're just like, you don't want to hit the button, you can be like, I'm ready to fight you. And then put it away. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. The cool thing about these two is you can buy other blades if you want. You just have to make sure you're getting the right diameter, I think is what it is. This is 7/8. I think most of the other sabers are like 1 inch. So just make sure you get the right one. If you don't know, check on the website wherever you got it. Honestly, I don't know how to put my excitement into words about this. I really love this. I can't wait to start trying other sabers, getting other sabers. Probably get like one of the Star Killer ones. These are super cool. So if you were ever thinking, should you do it? Or should you just get one of the Hasbro ones? The Hasbro or even the Galaxy's Edge ones, I think the Galaxy's Edge are slightly more expensive than the Hasbro ones, but ultimately, if you're willing to pay a little extra for like one of these, it's worth it. The brightness in the blade, I think it's a Neopixel blade is what they call it, but yeah, it's totally worth it. Because it's so cool! I'm gonna leave that on. I have a few other sabers here that I've bought over the years. I'm gonna turn this one off real quick. So this is my A New Hope Luke. This one I keep in the box usually because I want to keep it as pristine as possible. So it's still even got like all the stickers on it from like back when I purchased it. So this is still like in new condition. But that's the light. It looks good. And then let's compare it to this. Oh yeah, there's no comparison. This is so much brighter. And then I don't know if you'll be able to really tell on camera, but I'll hold them up next to each other here. Let's do it the same side. These aren't the same make of sabers. One of them's Luke's, one of them's Anakin's, but you can kind of see that the A New Hope Luke one is a little thicker than the Anakin one, and that's the same for all of them. Let's bring out an Anakin one. Here's my, I believe this is Hasbro Anakin. If you look at those side by side, hopefully you can see that this one's slightly thicker than this one. But they both still look great. There's just something about this new Nsabers one that the thinness and just the quality of the build, it's so nice. And then let's light these up. So first I'll do the Hasbro. That's the Hasbro one. And then another thing I noticed is like, if I move it slowly, it does like the whoosh sound a little bit, but not much. And then let's look at the light on this one. Oh yeah. There's like a flicker on this one too that's so nice that the others don't have. But then let's turn this one off real quick. You can hear how sensitive this one is. It adds so much more realism to it, and I love it, love it, love it. Let's look at them here real quick. On the table, both of them on. And then I've got one more. This is the Galaxy's Edge one. So this is, I call it the Empire Strikes Back one, but I think this is the one from Force Awakens. So for this one, the blade plug for the Galaxy's Edge ones, it's pretty much just like a little black plastic thing that does kind of have a bit of a nub inside, which is nice, but just for comparison, this is the Hasbro blade plug. And I like that it has the metal bit on the end, because when it's in there, it just adds that extra bit of realism. And then for comparison, the new blade plug has the metal bit, but I love that it's clear so you can still see the light through. So let's throw the blade in this. Galaxy's Edge Saber. This is just the short one because it's easier to swing around in here. And then one more time, the new Anakin. This, on camera, they kind of look a little similar, but in person, this one is so much brighter. Yeah, it's amazing. Let me put them here real quick. Yeah, you can tell the difference a little bit there. So one more thing I would like to compare is I have a few of the different stands that have come with these lightsabers over the years. And this, I believe the master replicas came with similar stands, but this is the Hasbro one for the Anakin Saber because it has the removable blade. For the removable blade on the Hasbro, you had to unscrew this little knob and there was like a whole thread and it would have to go through those holes. Whoop. Let's throw the blade plug in so you can see it in action. So that's how that blade plug looked. And I loved that for display purposes. It just looked so good. And then I think these had like a direction. So it's a little hard to tell, but this side is smaller than this side because on these lightsabers, it's thicker on the bottom here than it is up at the top. Oh, that was a feature I loved when you did the ignition and there's no blade. It did like the broken sound. But anyways, this side's thicker than this side, so they designed it with that in mind. And then for this one, it had an extra spot for the blade, which I really liked. So I've been using this to display this Anakin Saber for as long as I can remember. Move that aside. Then eventually it moved to this clear stand, which I never really knew how to use because it comes with like a hole. I've seen it used different ways. Some you just like rest the lightsaber in the center, I think, like that. Others I'd seen it where it was like you stick it in and you balance it because there's like screw holes down there. So you'd like find out where it balanced and leave it there. But I didn't love that. Here, I'll hold it up for this. I didn't love it because I was always worried the blade was gonna warp having it on. So I never used these stands. And then more recently, I don't remember if this was a Black Series stand or just Hasbro in general, or if they changed it. This was for Yoda. So on this one, you stood it up like that. And then there was a different version of this that was all metal that I've seen, where it had sort of like the Imperial light circle cutout things, oval cutout things, which I liked a little better. I wish this one came with it, but yeah, so there's been many different stands over the years. And then the last one I have, this is one of the Galaxy's Edge ones. Now Galaxy's Edge has a newer version that lights up, I think. But this is the last one I purchased from Galaxy's Edge. I use it for this one. It stands nice. Yeah. And then once again, we can pull out the stand. I'm curious if it'll work with the blade. I can't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it works a little bit. I don't have it on the black. I don't have it on these. I have it resting on the metal. But yeah, it works. It's a little wobbly, but it works. Yeah, so overall, this is a great purchase. I got it on Nsabers.com, and this case I think this case is pretty standard when you get these from like any site, but this thing is a huge lifesaver if you ever want to travel with this. Because I've traveled with lightsabers in the past and have always struggled to find a way to carry them without damaging them. I have one of these Galaxy's Edge things. I have these hair bands so I can hold extra blades if I ever bring them. So little hack if you have one of these. I just did like 2 hair bands around the outside, and that's not coming off. That's on there. So I would do that. These are nice, but it's, I don't know. I always feel like having this on my back, if I turn, I'm gonna whack someone. At least with this, you've got the handles, or the one handle. Yeah, so with the handle, it's super easy. This is a no-brainer. Walking around with this, I love this. So yeah, the case is a great plus. And it's small. That's the biggest difference, is with the case, you can see the size comparison. And sometimes depending on if you have a longer blade, this might go up higher. So because you can store this with the blade removed, the case is so much smaller, which I love. This one is nice, but it is a little long. Okay, so one thing I just discovered as I was playing around with it, I'm on the Palpatine one, and I long held the first button, the main button, but then it gives you like audio lines. Is that the only one for this?
Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
Okay, so I think it's those 2 for this. Let's see, I'm gonna switch to a different one real quick.
Tell me, is this training?
My training? No. Always training. The universe is.
Let's see if there's one for this.
A dark path we walk.
I know. There's no other way out.
Okay, so.
You know nothing of the Jedi.
Yeah, there are some for this.
All right, Chewie, see what you can do.
The Force, guide your weapon. Good.
I'm trying, Master Yoda.
This has a few.
You're not bad with the lightsaber.
Adequate, I am.
Can you sense what's coming?
Clouded is my vision.
The Emperor. I have to stop it. Vader, if you've got artillery, now's the time.
This has a lot.
Vader, if you've got artillery, now's the time.
Oh, so maybe they're randomized. It's not in any specific order, because that was just a repeat.
The Emperor. I have to stop it.
Okay, so I think we went through all those.
Whatever happens, you're not alone.
Let's see if there's any for this. I love that sound. Yeah! Sabulba. That was the same thing.
Just go, Pete Donkey.
Just go, Pete Donkey.
Don't be a
Don't be a lock. Yeah, I think it's just those 2 for that.
Cal Kestis.
Okay, Cal Kestis, let's see. It's a sound. It's not like a voice line. Okay, so there's some. I don't know what that is, that one sound. It might be like the Force sound when he uses it. I need a stim, Beatty. I love the way Cal Kestis turns his saber on. He's like, he always like thrusts it. Let's see if I can get the timing right. So it's like a gun. That's so cool. Was there anyone else that was?
Anakin.
Yeah, there wasn't any for Anakin. Who's this? Let's see. No, it's just like a clash sound.
Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him.
So this must be Obi-Wan then. Like the old version of Obi-Wan.
Stretch out with your feelings. Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him. Remember, a Jedi can feel the Force flowing through him. Remember...
Okay, now it's just repeating them. But that's cool. I didn't realize this was Obi-Wan's. It didn't have like a name when you switch it. All right, I'll end with Palpatine because I love Palpatine. The red, it's so good. All right, yeah, so that was just something I accidentally stumbled upon and just thought I'd show you guys because I thought that was cool. So there you go. If you want to see more of this kind of stuff, I'm definitely excited to be looking at these more in the future. So leave a like, subscribe, stick around. I'll see you around.